Hello there, it's your girl Daphne back with another video. Hello, welcome back. Today I'm bringing you some super motivating deep cleaning and organization in my freezer. It's an area that I've been wanting to tackle for a while, so I'm so glad that I'm able to share it with you guys. So I'm going to give you a good look at the state of my freezer, which is not good at all. It's very unorganized. You guys are gonna see that I just put things in baggies and I throw it in the freezer with hopes that I'll use it someday. That's gonna all end today because I am trying to get to a more minimal lifestyle. And I've been doing this through tackling different areas of my home. And today I'm going to be tackling the dreaded freezer. So let's get started. Okay, here it is. It is an absolute mess. This is exactly how it is. I did not put on for you guys at all. This is the state of it. I really need to tackle it. I've really been putting it off, but today we're gonna just go in and take care of everything. As you can see, the bottom is a really large pull-out drawer. The top is a little shallow, but there's two sections, one that you can put your ice and one that you can have other items as well. What I'm gonna do is start off just taking everything out of the bottom drawer. At least that's what I thought I was going to be doing. You'll see here in a minute what happens. Okay, everything's going well. I got everything emptied out. You can see all the crumbs. That's normal. We're just going to clean that out. But first, I'm trying to get this middle dividing section out, and I'm having a hard time. And I made the drastic mistake of lifting, not knowing that I lifted up the door, which then led to the door getting taken off the tracks, and the nightmare began. So at this point, I'm just cleaning up all of the crumbs and spills. I'm really giving it a nice thorough clean. I'm just using some Mrs. Meyer basil scent. It's really a nice scent and it cleans very well. This whole time, I do not realize the big mistake that I did by removing the door because I cannot get it back on the hinges. I tried and tried and tried many times to get it back on the hinges, and you'll see my failed attempts. Still absolutely clueless as to the fact that I'm not going to be able to get this back on the hinges. Still cleaning, getting everything nice and sparkly and ready to reassemble. So please leave me a comment down below if this has ever happened to you, if you've accidentally taken off something when you're into cleaning and you don't realize it. So I'm curious to see if I'm the only one. So while I was out, my husband and my son was able to get the door back on the hinges, and I don't feel too bad about it because it was a two-man job. What I do feel bad about is that I wasn't able to film it for you guys because I also wanted to make sure that I documented it for myself in case I do it again. Okay, this is day 2. The freezer door is already back on the hinges, and now I'm moving over to just cleaning the containers that I'm going to be using. If you saw my last haul, which I will link in the cards and also in the description, I purchased these 2 containers from Home Goods, and I'm going to be using them in the bottom drawer of the freezer just to be able to stack different items so that they're not being lost within that drawer, because as you can see, it can get very overwhelming. So I do advise when you start to do your clean out to just try to think about if you need to purchase any additional containers to be able to corral all of the items within the larger compartment. Okay, because of the problem that we had yesterday with the door, I didn't work on the top basket. I took all of the items from the bottom basket and I put that in my deep freezer so that nothing would spoil. So now I'm just going through and I'm grabbing all of the items out of the top basket. Now, as I said, all I do is open up things and I put them in a baggie and then I put them in the freezer so that they do not go bad. But because of how my freezer was, I lost a lot of items. So now I can see all of the little baggies that I've started and lost within the refrigerator. So I'm going to be cleaning out the top rack, and I'm also going to be sorting out the items that I think that I will not use and then grouping all of the other items together. So guys, how often do you guys take everything out of your freezer, wipe it down, go through, sort things out and restock? I don't do it as often as I should. So what I'm going to do is put it on my monthly cycle so that I will definitely do it. And I'm going to add it to my reminders that I have alerting me on a monthly basis in the notes section on my iPhone. I'd like to say a special thanks to everyone for all the amazing support that you've been showing me in the channel over the past 8 months. I really appreciate each and every time that you watch my video. I also like to thank you each time that you give the video a thumbs up. YouTube is able to recognize that and send it out to additional viewers. So I just want to thank you for all your support. So raise your hand if you have the same problem that I have with all of these random baggies. So I am using one of the containers to put all of my half and half, heavy cream, evaporated milk, little baggies, because I use them so often in sauces and also in mac and cheese that I'm constantly opening up cans. But now, because I'm being a little more organized, I will not have to keep opening cans. I can use what I already have in my freezer. Okay, now that we have the top shelf figured out, I went downstairs and I grabbed all of the items that was in the bottom bin, and I'm going to just be sorting through that and throwing away anything that I don't need. So did you guys know that I have a community tab now? So if you didn't know, I can post video links and just updates, behind the scenes content. I can take polls. I usually try to post there at least daily. So if you're ever looking for any additional inspiration or you just want to contact me, you can go to the community tab, and I will always be posting, and whenever you make a comment on that, it goes to me immediately, so I'll be able to respond back to you. I think that it's a really cool way to just be able to be connected with you guys, and if you ever have any questions that you want to ask of me, you can always just leave me a comment on the community tab. So I just want to remind you of the before, and here is the after. I am so happy, for one, that I was able to get the door back on the hinges, and the fact that it's much more organized now. So I have on the left hand side, I have like all of my frozen vegetables, and on the right hand side I have a lot of my quick grab, like burritos and pot pies, breakfast sandwiches. There's bacon down there. And then on the top shelf I had all of my little baggies with all of my items that I need to use. And then on the left hand side is the ice and little guacamole. So a lot of my bulk items I leave in the freezer down below. So this setup should be working for me for a long time. First, I'd like to say I'm so happy that I got the door back on. I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and also share with any friends and family. I really appreciate your support, and have a blessed day.